it got cleared, but you're getting a lot of respect and support for your statement.
And by the way, you're live on the World Wide Web right now.
Thank you. And thanks for visiting my website.
And if there's anything we can do, you know, we have so much infrastructure.
I would love to be a part of the theater group that's here in any way I can. I just don't know where to begin, but I'm sure
there is a theater troupe here, their own, called the Indigo Children. We have an arts committee, but I think in terms of an official Occupy Toronto
we have
theater
a space set aside for a theater. I was talking to a gentleman here by the name of Don. He's quite an amazing man.
I know.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I talked to somebody, I don't know his name, but I know somebody, and they set up a little area over here, and they just wanted it to be for this live sort of impromptu theater.
But can you imagine a welcoming theater space where even an alcoholic can walk in and just somehow express whatever it is they need to express, and we can turn that into healing through theater and art?
Absolutely.
I mean, really, isn't that what theater and the movies and dance?
I think that artistic expression is something that we're really trying to bring back here as well, right? Like all the other issues that we have about attacking the system and society and stuff is one thing, but what are we going to leave in its place, right? And one of those things has to be better culture, better.
We know how to. We've been brainwashed in this system long enough. We know how to use the system to better everyone. I did it with my dance. Those pretty pictures were all about PR and somehow making disabled people more acceptable in the mainstream. Somehow we can play the same game but for the greater good. It's really quite an interesting game, isn't it, that's been played on all of us? But we can play that game too. It's hard to explain. I'm not trying.
More programming and
I know exactly what you're
I don't
saying.
know if you guys know what I mean, but
I want you to read.
But there's enough talent in this movement.
Just before this leaves the screen, I want you to read. Kathy Ann says, "You are a wonderful spokesperson for mental health issues. Keep speaking. Educate those who do not understand and reenact in fear." She's really supportive of you. I just wanted you to know that.
It's my hope that as a movement, at least for Toronto Occupy, that we really, really take on that spirit of inclusiveness. And I know that there's perceived bickering going on at these GAs, but that's a part of inclusion. We need to allow people to be heard, even if it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Because once we work through it, we can find a common sanity.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that what the theater is? The movies take us to all those dark places. Somehow, by having an inclusive theater where we invite anybody to be an artist, doesn't matter if they're professional or not, there's no such thing as professional. We go beyond those labels and we somehow allow people to heal through their art, and that was happening tonight through the music that was being sung. Duff was actually...
As in the beer, Duff. I know Duff.
Isn't Duff. This beautiful musician was backing up any musical person. And it didn't matter if they were good at playing the guitar or bad. He knew how to back them up. And he was so gentle in helping them realize that they are beautiful musicians, because we are our own worst critic as artists. We somehow think that we have to be like Michael Jackson or the best of the best. But we don't. There's no such thing. We just be who we are and the magic will happen. At least that's my hope. Sorry, I can ramble forever. Gotta give somebody else.
Everyone that's watching likes you, Frank. They're saying Frank needs to be a regular speaker on live stream and share his story.
Yar.
Yar.
We say yar a lot here. Yar! We're Sir Yar a lot.
Well, please look at my website and share. There's video of disabled performers on there, but I'd like to go beyond the label of disability. I just want to be a person with different ability. I just think we're people with different abilities, doing the best we can in this life. And really, disability is just a label, but in this system we use labels for a reason. That's why I'm on ODSP. In Ontario, we have ODSP for people that are disabled. And I got on there because they were able to label my disability. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But I don't know the value of my work. I've never worked for a company. I've always been on a government pension. I don't know the value of my work, but that's a blessing. So half the time when I've danced with companies, it was because they got a big government grant and they didn't have to pay me much, but they paid themselves handsomely. That's okay. I still got to dance. Sometimes it's really not about pay equity. Sometimes it's just about doing what you love, and then the equity and the power will fall into place. I really don't know how else to explain that. There's a lot of things in this world that are difficult to understand, and those of us who've lived on disability all our lives, a lot of us don't really understand the concept of work and the market rent, and I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. I've never been a part of that world. So when somebody asks me to do a job, if they pay me $75 a week, I'm so excited about it that I really don't care. And that's a lot of money for me. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. So there's a whole lot of us out there, because we were born disabled, or what they call disabled. You definitely know what it's like to be on Social Security or some type of disability pension. But the powers that be out there, the big dance companies, they get grants. And it's interesting. A lot of us don't know how much they should pay us when we go into audition, and we do get taken advantage of. That's no big deal. I'd rather be taken advantage of and doing the things I love to do. Right now, that's where we're at. But I think that we're not going to be there forever. I think somehow we're going to find a way to work for each other and to accomplish something greater than money. I know that seems like a pipe dream, but it's happening right now. I hope, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's what we're providing.
And I think your dialogue is helping that a lot too. Thanks.
Money's not all the issues.
No.
And
Everything
we're breaking
beyond
that
that.
down, right? It's all in our hearts at least, right? So to start off with.
Hey, it's for those that know the system and have worked within the system. Maybe you can use what you know to help spread the power around. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody out there in that 1% that really knows what I'm talking about. I think there's a way we can do this together, regardless if we're 1% or the 99%.
Yeah.
Because we can't eat money. Thanks, guys. I just
thanks,
feel like
Frank.
I've been chatting
Thank
too
you.
much. I want to give other people.
You should come by more regularly.
Yeah.
I will.
You've been requested.
I can't sleep right now. I kind of need time to sit here and